You know, I've been debating about making this video about the 9 to 5. I have spoken already about how co-workers sabotage us, sort of toxic co-workers and toxic supervisors in the past, in my past videos, so go back and check those. But today I have to now retract, because obviously I may have changed my mind, but now I used to watch videos where they used to say empaths or anointed people or chosen ones can't work a 9 to 5. And I used to watch some of those videos and I was like, nah, that's not true. We can kind of like mute our colors a bit. We can try to blend in and we can go to 9 to 5 because like temporarily, because obviously we got bills to pay, we got rent to pay, we got things we need to pay for, responsibilities. But as I make this video, I'm convinced that it's very, very difficult for us to work amongst just like people, or normal people, or in a 9 to 5 setting, or any group setting. Like, we're destined to be on this spiritual journey, on this spiritual awakening by ourselves. And it's quite a sad realization when you get to this point where you look back over your trajectory of your human experience, and you, in every single group, every single school, every single workplace, at some point you are rejected. And it's not even like a lot of the time you've done something, it's just on the fact of you just existing. When I look at my primary school experience, I was in a group of guys. There was a guy who was like the popular two boys of that school who played football, and I remember one time they turned the whole class against me to the fact the teacher had to get involved. In secondary school, there was these two twins who everyone thought were cool, and I was friends with them to a point, and to a certain extent, and they turned on me and turned everyone against me. In college, my college experience was pretty positive. I wouldn't say I was in the popular group, but it was a nice school, so there was less kind of like being isolated and being singled out. That being said, there was even like at times of the sports team where the coach would not put me in the first team until right at the end of the like 2 years, and he started selecting me, and then right at this cup final he selected someone else to play my position and dropped me. Then after that, I started doing martial arts class, and everything was fine until I had a disagreement with one guy. And after that disagreement with that one guy, I had this paper which I needed to get signed off to go to sit an exam for the black belt, and the guy who was in charge of the class wouldn't sign my form, so I couldn't go to sit my exam like everybody else, my practical martial arts exam. They call it grading. What else? When I was at university, the tryouts, or the trials, the first trials, I was the only one in my group. The first year, they called them freshers, that made it into the first team for the first game. And when that happened, after that point, when we got our uniforms for the football team, they hid with your initials, they hid mine. So the tracksuit and the jumper that had our initials when you go training, they hid mine. And they gave it to me on the last day of like this college had finished. They said, oh, we found your one of the jumper, of the team jumper. So they bullied me indirectly. They hid my jumper even though I was playing for the team. And at one point, they didn't want me to be in the first team. So the second team were like, oh, we got our team, we don't want him. So they put me into the third team. And then the third team were like, oh, we're going to the fourth team. So I ended up made in the fourth team. And then that became the sixth team. So you just keep going down because groups of people see something. Bear in mind, I was in the first team. So obviously if I'm in the first team, you should be good enough for any team. I was in that music group, And even within that music group, I was chosen to release music on these labels and travel to do certain shows when I was still like one of the like younger artists that was coming out making stuff that people found interesting, and there was people writing about me online and certain websites, blah blah blah. And this guy who ran certain things was always trying to find ways to like take the shine off anything I did or to sabotage it. And in the end, there was another guy who made music who wanted to keep the status quo, who was always like watching, who was always chasing up after me when I was ever did anything wrong to expose me or whatever. And maybe he filmed me doing some act, or I don't know. Like, I really have no idea. But I was, in the end, I was shunned from that group, and kind of isolated by them. And this is what I'm saying. Because of, you know, the light we carry and this spirit, we're the closest thing of like a living version of the spirit of Most High. So we are like the representation of the spirit of Most High God, or Jesus Christ. Like, we're not Jesus, we're not God, but we carry that light, that we were selected. You know, before we came here, we were selected. We have an anointing. We were appointed. So what it does, one, it irritates, the light irritates their demons. So they straight away can feel that presence that we carry, and it makes them to automatically want to compete with us. It makes them reject us. It makes them insecure. It makes them feel like we are showing them up. We are like bringing the light to whatever they're doing that's wrong. We're like exposing them, so they have to get us out. And even at work, in this current job, in my last job, it happened, and everything was going well. I was about to get promoted, and then out of nowhere, this guy just turned on me, this supervisor, and started just like getting me to do jobs that I wasn't supposed to do, like cleaning, like weird things. And in this job, it's like there's moments where it's like the guy wants to keep me away from the main part of the job. He wants to keep me sort of doing the minuscule things, the small things that's still a part of the job, but those things need to be shared between everybody. But he makes sure that I'm the person that gets to do those jobs, to somehow devalue, to put me down indirectly, for me to feel left out of something. Or like, if they're like trying to give qualifications out of people, he does mine last. So everybody will have their certificate, certs, they call it certification, and I will have mine last. And if you look at the equipment that I wire, the equipment that I build, and you compare it with these other people, mine is always like the cleanest, the most tidiest. Everything's flushed, tightened to the specific specification, cut down. Everything is like always tidy and neat. And you would think, people would think, oh, that's quite nice, like you're new, but you're doing it to the standard. But it actually makes people dislike us. So I'm pretty sure in the future I'll be making a video about me getting fired for not doing anything. I went to the shop today to buy food, and when I came out of the shop, this was under the car. So this is the broken door for where you charge the charging socket on the van. So I just walked out willy-nilly, eating a packet of chips, crisps, looking happy, and someone had just gone to my van and broke it. Did nothing to them. They just did that. And I went back in and we looked at the security camera, and there was like a man stood there, but we weren't sure if he was pressing the machine or what he was doing. So there was no way of proving or whatever, or finding it out. So if you're going through all of these sort of things, you know that you know you got a calling on your life. You know that you've got a purpose. You know that we were chosen. We're meant for this war. We're built for this. we're going through this to make us tough, a bit more resilient, a bit tougher, a bit more to gain more wisdom. But it's something that you're gonna realize that this road that we're on is like least traveled. It's like the road that you're gonna be bullied, you're gonna be singled out, you're gonna be, isolated, you're gonna be stalked. Like when this person, they must have been watching me. I look so happy. It was sunny. I come out, got some food, eating crisps, like happy there, and I go and find that. So they want to put, like I've said in other videos, to put this spirit of rejection, spirit of like, even, can you say dejected? Spirit of like loss, spirit of like fear of missing out, not feeling included. Sometimes I feel like it's like they're trying to put salt in our childhood wounds. But the thing about us is that we're on our healing journey. So that those wounds that we had, we're working on them. We're working on it bit by bit. We're getting better, whereas they're not. And we're definitely getting stronger. We're definitely improving. But it's confirmation that we're doing the right thing. And if you're going through this kind of experience where people just have to put you down, they have to show you that you're not good enough, they have to sabotage you, they have to exploit you, they have to expose you for being human, they have to laugh at you, mock you, jeer you, they're scoffers. They are actually scoffers. You're a child of God, and in 2025, people hate God. On apps, filters, on streaming sites, there will be horns for Satan that people will put on their heads. I think you select a filter that will make an animated version of horns. And those are the kind of things that is actually the most or more popular. So people want to be on demon time, not angel time. Religion is, I think there has been a rise of like some Abraham religions. Abraham, how do you say that word? There has been a rise in some of them, but as a whole, spirituality has gone down in modern times. So we're not looking at things from that holistic view of how they did in the past, basically. We have witchcraft. Emails are witchcraft. Gossip is witchcraft. Changing someone's opinion about someone via means of backstabbing or talking bad on them or these smear campaign, rumor mills, that's witchcraft. Today, like I'm working sometimes with the narcissist guy, and there's another guy who's more laid back that I get on with, and he seems to be work sometimes with that guy, and he's getting that guy to convince me that he's all right, or getting that guy to ask me stuff, and because I like that guy, I end up just doing it just to keep peace. So it's just like going about things in a roundabout way. But I wanted to make this video today because it's like, you're always taking steps forward, and these people that claim that we're no good, these people that claim that we're not worth it, that we're bad, they just can't leave us alone. I'm constantly followed in my van, constantly gang-stalked. I know my gadgets are spied. My gadgets are they've been tapped into by someone or some entity spying. Even my indoor camera, sometimes when I'm at home, turns on itself, starts filming, so I have to plug it out. In the gym, people doing eye movements with one another, wanting to walk close to me, working out near my mat, trying to get my attention. If they want a machine, they want to use the machine I'm using. All of these little things, they're not a coincidence. There are no coincidences when you get to this level of your journey. It's like we have to try and remain calm and do our best not to react, to give away energy to these people, to give away chi, to give away narcissistic supply. But I'm trying. This the van is insured. It's company. It's a fleet, so it could get fixed. It's not a problem. But it's to want to inject me with the feeling that they're feeling, which is the black hole, negativity. Yeah, nothing positive, nothing good within them. So I wanted to make that video. I'm probably going to touch on this point again, but as a whole, like Jesus said, he was rejected, will be rejected. It's very difficult for us to be in society without our gifts being showing up in a big way, and people noticing and becoming very highly envious and jealous, and would do everything they can to destroy us.